Birthright citizenship. The last time I had a video on this, many of you commented that don't scare people, you're a scaremonger, all sorts of, this is the kindest words that were given. Many people had some huge rants at me. Viewers, you don't have to take my word for it. This is an update on that, and you can read all the reference links, and there are additional links inside those. You can read and find out where things are, and then you can take the appropriate decisions. All I'm trying to do is be a messenger to give you an idea of what is coming down the pipeline. It's up to you. How do you want to act upon it? So please don't shoot the messenger. I have a small slide deck for you. Please take a look at it and also like this video. There are two parts on this. One is about citizenship birthright. The other one is about marriages that are being used as far as, having one person with green card and the other one automatically or trying to get qualified to get his or her own green card. There has been a lot of tightening there because it is suspected that those were also being gamed. We know that in a report, FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, said that over 85% of asylum applications are in fact fake. So a lot of things being checked now to make sure that things don't slip through the cracks. So here is the slide deck, and please, again, small request, like this video and also subscribe to our channel. US tightens rules for birthright citizenship. The last time I had talked to you about this, we had said about how some judicial action had taken place and things were put on hold. But things are moving. That's what I wanted to update you. The newborns, even those born in US soil, may not be automatically eligible for citizenship unless one of their parents, including US citizens, they have to make sure that they are themselves valid. So in other words, when a newborn is born now, it is not automatically guaranteed that that newborn will get a US passport. At the time of applying for the US passport for the newborn, the parents will have to furnish their citizenship data. That is the new rule. Also, we will tell you which ones are under danger of being excluded from these new rules, and also this is at this point of time being implemented in the back end, assuming that this order will stand the test of courts. So that is a big if, but be that as it may, the executive order has been implemented in many places like the State Department, the Social Security Administration, as well as USCIS. And all these things, I'll tell you what's going on, and I'll also give you an update on where things stand as far as federal courts are concerned. Now, the new thing for Social Security is that the US State Department requires original proof of parental citizenship or immigration status for passport issuance. That is, a birth certificate alone is no longer sufficient. The Social Security Administration now requires parental proof of legal status for SSN applications and will update its internal manuals accordingly. This is something that is really out of the left field because, as a student, I got my Social Security number because you needed that for opening a bank account. As a student, you were going to have bank transactions, so needed a bank account. So for all those things, the Social Security number was given. Now this implementation now, where they are insisting that it requires parental proof of legal status, means that they are trying to tighten the Social Security number issuance itself. How does this affect people, especially students, is not clear at this point. I'll give you another video once I have clarity on that specific topic. Now, what are the key agencies involved? A US Citizenship and Immigration Services, that is USCIS memo, clarifies that children of refugees and asylees are exempt and will not be affected. However, you have to remember that people who are seeking asylum and those who are refugees, a lot of people are faking their records, and I think the better thing to do is for the United States is not to have its attack dog CIA go and create all these revolutions which causes all these problems, which in turn creates refugees and asylees. Come on now, life is better than just doing all these manipulations. Time to cut back on all the CIA activities, in my opinion, because that is the root cause of how all these things happen. The Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, and the Department of Agriculture, USDA, have outlined additional steps to verify a child's citizenship before granting access to federal benefits. HHS is the one that will give you federal benefits for children, medical and things of that nature. The Supreme Court's July ruling limited the authority of lower courts to block executive actions, a decision widely seen as a victory to Trump. I mean, I touched upon this in a previous monologue. What is different now is that these lower level courts can only rule on a specific case that is being brought in front of them, not nationwide ruling. That's what this has been stopped. Now, there are also multiple federal injunctions that have paused the implementation of the executive order, with advocacy groups arguing that this is unconstitutional. I've told you about this unconstitutionality. I gave you the example of one Chinese individual who had been born in US, had gone to China to get married, and upon return he was refused entry, and he fought the case and won it, and that is the law as it stands now. That's probably going to be revisited. Who knows where things will stand at the end of this. Ongoing litigation, including class action lawsuits led by the ACLU and multiple state attorneys general, continues to challenge the executive order. Like I said, this is not something that's going to be easily solved at a lower court. It's probably going to go to SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States, and a full bench will have to sit and mull it over and pass judgment. That's what I think will happen, but it's going to happen very soon, in my opinion. Now, what are the practical implications of this? Post this executive order, birth certificates must be accompanied by additional documents to prove citizenship, which are naturalization or citizenship certificate. This is green card or citizenship certificates, US passports, and green cards are DHS verification for lawful permanent residents, immigration forms confirming asylum refugee status. This one is a big hole. I hope they close it quickly, because that's another joke. Now, the other thing is about Social Security cards. The Social Security Administration has special instructions which state for births occurring after the executive order's enactment, evidence of legal status of the parents will be mandatory even for routine services such as issuing a Social Security number card, SSN card. So this adds a little bit more of a wrinkle. Those who are living in the United States will find it harder to get the Social Security number also. Now, what are the other things? This is just one part of it. There is a broader impact. What are the things? Affected groups include children of undocumented migrants, visa holders such as H-1B and F-1, and F-1 is, I think, student visa, and certain categories of legal residents. I mean, you can come in as F1 and your spouse also may be studying as F1 and you have a child. That also could be a problem. The policy is expected to have a chilling effect, potentially increasing legal hurdles for both immigrant families and US citizens, while raising concerns about bureaucratic overreach and the erosion of constitutional protection. This move is part of a broader effort. See, all this happened because of the reckless immigration policy that was pursued by the Biden administration. What the hell were they thinking? 20 million illegals? Where are they? Where are they? They have completely disappeared into the whole landscape. You are still clutching at less than 200,000. How many deported.com says today? It's not even 200,000 yet. So it's just getting harder and harder. I think Trump has also been told that his goal of 3,000 illegals being deported every day is not going to come true, and that there is more realistic approach that he needs to take. So what's going to happen next? We'll have to wait and see. It will have to wind through the courts, and we will see how the SCOTUS rules on that. That is the citizenship birthright. Now let's take a look at the other topic that I wanted to talk to you about. Marriage fraud is also under fire. How many movies have come in Hollywood that talk about this kind of a fraud and how, well-meaning and all that stuff, somebody gets messed up and at the end of the day, everything becomes all right. There are many movies like this. Now, what is changing? That's what we want to talk about here. The USCIS has issued a major policy update aimed at cracking down on fraudulent marriage-based green card applications. See, somebody who comes in as an illegal marries somebody who's a green card holder or a citizen in US, that person gets eligible for applying for a green card himself or herself, and after 5 years they also can become citizens. So it looks like this is being abused a lot. So what are the things that are being put in place to try and check this is what we're going to talk about here. The USCIS revised its policy manual to enhance scrutiny of the Form I-130, petition for alien relative application filed by spouses, the person who gets married to a legal or US citizen. Officers are now empowered to deny applications more swiftly when fraud is suspected and to request additional information in suspicious cases. The policy clarifies procedures for cases involving prior immigration violations and inconsistent relationship histories. For example, they could be instructed to look for inconsistencies or no shared address. If the two people don't have a shared address, that could flag some inconsistencies. Lack of cohabitation. Were you not together? How did you meet? That part of conflicting statements during interview. Same question asked two people and see if the answers match or not. Serial sponsorship by the same petitioner. A is a citizen of US, gets married to B, divorces B, gets married to C, divorces C, gets married to D, and then they are caught. You get the point, right? That kind of stuff. Unusual financial activity. Was there like a sudden opening of joint bank accounts? Was there a sudden inflow of money? All sorts of things of that nature. Rush timeline from marriage to application. Like yesterday married, today applying, that also can be looked at. Although I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, it's like a natural process and you want to get legalized as quickly as possible. However, there might be some extreme cases that they want to look at. Officers will now use pattern recognition and behavioral history to evaluate credibility, not just current application materials. This is getting really like AI, cyberspace stuff. Pattern recognition, I don't know how that's going to be impacted here or how it's going to be applied here. It looks very interesting to me. What are the impacts on applicants? The policy imposes a higher burden of proof on legitimate couples to verify the authenticity of their relationship. Couples must now submit more robust evidence such as shared leases, financial documents and photographs, and provide consistent testimonies during interviews. So this sort of mandates, in my opinion, that they have to cohabit, meaning live together. What about somebody who's not living together or from different cities and they want to get married? So these are all the things where you might have a higher burden of proof and you'll have to prove that this is a genuine case. So this is what it is. It's getting more procedural. Processing times are expected to increase due to tighter scrutiny under the new policy. Now, last year, 400,000 marriage-based green card applications were processed. Now, with all these things in place, will the number drop or will it increase? Something that we'll have to wait and see. But this also tells you that the United States is getting very wary of who is entering into the country. And there is no mention of retroactive investigations. I hope not. I mean, that's very difficult to do. Be that as it may, one never knows. They may also go back and look at it. The green card can be cancelled anytime if they can prove that you lied at the time of applying for the green card. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.